On our top story this week, Pakistan's Balochistan tensions have reached new highs, with militants carrying out attacks on the country's army personnel as well as civilians in the Punjab region. 130 army personnel as well as civilians have been killed since tensions peaked. But these clashes span back decades. Here's the story.
The gruesome aftermath and a brutal story to tell. Armed men stopped this passenger bus on a highway and travelers were asked to deboard, their identities checked for place of origin, and then the 23 people from Punjab province among them shot dead in cold blood. And then all the vehicles were torched. It happened in Musa Khel. This attack was one of several on civilians and the Pak Army around Balochistan. In Bolan district, Baloch Liberation Army militants blew up a rail bridge connecting Punjab and Sindh provinces. In Kalat and Kachi, they attacked paramilitary officers and policemen. And the biggest of all, an attack on an army camp in Bela city in Las Bela district that killed 40 army personnel. In response, the Pak Army claims to have shot dead 13 insurgents. It admits to numerous of its own killed, seemingly playing down the problem.
We have
a good idea of who planned this and who is behind the attacks. These attacks are a well thought out plan and carried out in one day. We consider it an attack on us. One thing is sure, that the entire leadership has decided to respond with full force. We are already in consultation with Balochistan government. We are in contact with them and we are fulfilling all their requirements.
The latest of unending atrocities by the Pak Army on the Baloch people on Sunday evening probably triggered the attacks on Monday. A local protest claimed to be peaceful turned into mayhem after a group of army men began abducting young men as their sisters protested desperately. This crackdown incident is one of scores like it by the Pak Army in Balochistan down decades. Baloch activists have hit out.
There cannot be a peaceful resolution, this is what we think, because Pakistan is using force. It is an undemocratic state using violence against the Baloch population, Baloch civilians and people. And when it is engaging with the armed groups, it is not following international law of war. So that's the reason why there's a very large segment within the Baloch population who would think that because Pakistan is inherently undemocratic state, it is based on religious fundamentalism. Therefore, the only solution is the armed struggle. So that's why I suspect and I'm afraid the violence will increase in the near future in Balochistan.
On Pakistan's part, it has repeatedly accused Baloch fighters of attempting to derail the Pakistan-China partnership. China too has expressed concern. Militants have repeatedly targeted Chinese interests and accused Beijing of helping Islamabad exploit the region and its natural resources. Chinese nationals working here are frequently attacked.
Terrorists want to stop China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and other development projects going on in Balochistan and other parts of Pakistan. The terrorist main motive is to drive a wedge between Pakistan and China.
This story of rebellion by Baloch militants against the Pak government is far from over. Balochistan is a thorn in Pakistan's flesh, one it can't let go of, yet struggles to hold on to.